So let's go see if this thing will work. I'm gonna just let you. All right, just real quick, let's see. Here's the part. And if it, yes, about these. And so, yeah, there's the inside. You can see how it's, all right, so we have a 32 millimeter opening. Let's touch just for a moment on the house itself. This little house is extremely well made. You have beautiful access to the inside, and you can see right here how nicely fitted everything is. All the wood fits nice and tight. And I don't know if you know anything at all about wood, but if you'll look on the bottom, you can see that these are quarter sawn boards, and the grain is running in such a way that it's going to make it very strong. And they also have them alternating, and for extra strength. And so very well made. You've got the little shingle-like effect up here on top, but it should shed water very nicely. And it's finished on the outside. All the joints are very well made. It's just as smooth as can be on the bottom. And well, everywhere else, but I mean the joinery is just really smooth. So it's a well-made little birdhouse. I would be proud to live here if I were a house rent. Let's talk about mounting your birdhouse in an easy way so that you can take it off the tree later for cleaning without using a lot of tools, perhaps not using any at all to take it off. So here's our birdhouse. This is the one that has the 3D printed 32 millimeter reducer. And with this one, we're hoping to get some house finches in there. So what we need is a way to have something we can screw into a tree, but at the same time hook onto this birdhouse right here through that hole. And what you want to use is a 1/4-inch bolt. And it goes through just like that. And then on the other side, we can put a wing nut. And we can put that on and off with our fingers. No tools needed. So comes time to take it off, we got it. The trouble is, this kind of thread will not screw into a tree very well. We need something like that. And that's a wood screw. And sure enough, you can buy combination bolts that are machine thread on one end and a wood screw on the other. And this is a very popular size. It's a 1/4-inch. Now, to get it into the tree, the first thing we're going to do is drill a hole in the tree. Yep, you got to do that. But if you don't drill it all the way through the tree, it won't hurt, because we're going to seal that hole up with the screw, and then the insects can't get in there and harm it. Right. I used a 6 millimeter bit, if that just happened to be convenient. A 3/16 will work perfectly well. Something smaller than a 1/4-inch. Now you want to drill it deep enough so that we get almost all of the screw in. We want to get all of the threads, and about half, it's not critical, about half of the smooth part. That's what we want to get into the tree. Now that we've got our hole drilled, what we want to do to have a way to turn this thing, you see, because it's just smooth. There's nothing to grab a hold of. If we grab these threads with the pliers, we'll ruin it. So you take 2 ordinary common hex nuts and you put them on there, one behind the other, and then you take, in this case, 2 1/2-inch wrenches fit these nuts, and you put them on there, and, well, I had it right, didn't I? And you turn them against each other, and they're tight. And now, when you turn this outside nut, it's jammed against that one, and it drives the whole thing in. I used a socket wrench to do it. All right, now that's in there, we have to get these nuts off, and you take one wrench and put it on the nut in the back, take the other wrench and loosen that. And now they will come off and drop into your hands, hopefully, and not down into the leaves where they will be lost forevermore. Okay, we have our anchor into the tree. 1/4-inch bolt sticking out, a little bit of space behind it, and here goes the birdhouse. And so you still got enough here. Now, I like to use a washer, and this happens to be a big washer. I like fender washers, but a big washer is good to put on here. And the reason for that is that, and then here's our little wing nut. Hope you can see it. It's kind of small. But the wing nut requires no tools, just fingers. And so we put it on there like that, and then just snug it. And that's fine right there. Just for aesthetics, level it up, and that's it. We have us a happy home here. See, here's the branch I was talking about. They can perch on this thing, pop right down here to it. And then one other little thing I mentioned, the birdhouse came with a perch, a little dowel sticking out about this far. But with this big ring that we put in here, they'll have plenty of wherewithal to grasp to go in, and they will use the limb out here as their staging point, so to speak, so they can do their little thing right here. So let's sit back now and give them a couple weeks to show up, and we'll see what we got. Thank you. So there you have it. Thank you for watching, and I hope you get your birdhouse up as easily as we did. Pick a pretty day like this. Now, I mentioned that we're looking for house wrens to come into this particular diameter. It would also be attractive to nuthatches and chickadees and what else, Lou?
Titmice.
Titmice, and but you know, just a broad variety of that size bird. And so you'll have a lot of fun just finding out who's going to show up. You know, it won't be a crow probably, but you know, you're going to have some nice fun with this. So enjoy.